Hello dear students, today we will discuss about Bohr's quantization and velocity, and another one we consider that radius of nth orbital. Okay, so first one we consider that Bohr's quantization. You already know that in Bohr's postulates, so angular momentum of an electron is integral multiple of nh by 2 pi. Okay, the same condition, so here in Bohr's quantization, in Bohr's quantization, suppose here we consider that this one is a nucleus and electron revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit. Yes, electron revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit. Okay, so this reason angular momentum of this electron is integral multiple of nh by 2 pi. Why? Because this electron revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit, so path we consider that a wave like a structure in the form of waves revolving around the nucleus in the form of waves. So this reason here we consider that a number of a wavelength. Suppose so this one is a first wavelength and this one is a second. It means so here we consider that a n number of a wavelength. So that's way circumference of the circle is equal to the n number of a wavelength. Yes. Circumference of a circle is circumference of the circle is equal to n number of a wavelength. Yes, n number of a wavelength, n into lambda. Okay, so this reason circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r is equal to n into lambda. Yes, so lambda we consider that a de Broglie wavelength. It means a wavelength of a matter waves. You already know that de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to h divided by p. Suppose, so lambda is equal to h divided by mv. Why here we consider that this one is a particle, electron. So this reason velocity of particle we consider that v. Suppose if we consider that proton, so this in the place of v we consider that a c. It means the speed of a proton. Okay, so 2 pi r is equal to n into lambda. So lambda value n into lambda h divided by mv. Okay, so this reason mv take in this side, 2 pi take in this side, it means mvr is equal to nh divided by 2 pi. Okay, mvr is nothing but angular momentum, so that's why angular momentum is equal to integral multiple of nh divided by 2 pi. So this one we consider that a Bohr's quantization. Bohr's quantization. Okay, next we want to calculate velocity of a electron in a orbit. It means nth orbit. Velocity of an electron in a nth orbit. Of electron in a nth orbit. Okay, so velocity of an electron in a nth orbit. Okay, same way, so nucleus and this one is a orbit and electron revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit and its velocity we consider that a v. And the charge on nuclei, so this one is a Ze, and the charge on electron, so that one is a v. Okay, so this reason electron revolving around the nucleus, it means it's a require centripetal force. So this centripetal force provided by the electrostatic force. So this reason the centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. Centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. Okay, centripetal force mv square divided by r, and electrostatic force. So this one is a Coulomb force. Yes, so this reason, so electrostatic force 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. So here first charge we consider the charge on nucleus, and the second one is a charge on electron. So this reason, so first charge Ze and the second charge we consider that E divided by r square. It means here Z means atomic number, it means number of protons present in the nucleus, and E is nothing but a charge on, it means magnitude of a charge. So that's when we consider that electron or proton. Why? Because both the charges are same. So that's one is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 into charge on electron. So this reason r and r square get cancelled. So finally we get a mv square. Take r in this side, is mv square into r is equal to, so here z into e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, mv square r is equal to z square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, so this equation we consider that a 1. And the second one, here we consider that a Bohr's quantization. Okay, Bohr's quantization. So Bohr's quantization, you already know that angular momentum mvr is equal to nh divided by 2 pi. So this one is a Bohr's quantization. So this one equation we consider that equation 2. Okay, so here we want to calculate velocity of a electron in a orbit. So this reason, dividing equation 1 by 2. Yes, so dividing equation 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 it means, so equation 1 is mv square r divided by, equation 2 is mvr is equal to, okay, first equation z e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into, and the second equation, here we consider that 2 pi divided by nh. Okay, so here get cancel and r get cancel, so v square and here v get cancel, and here 2 1 pi get cancel. So finally we will get, so v is equal to z square divided by 2 epsilon naught n into h. Okay, so this one we consider that equation of a velocity in a nth orbit. In a nth orbit, suppose we consider that first orbit, it means n value 1, second orbit n value 2, so third up to we consider that nth orbit means z square divided by 2 epsilon naught n into h. Okay, so I will write a simple form of this velocity of a electron in nth orbit. It means Vn is equal to, so E has it is charge on electron, 2 has it is epsilon naught means permittivity of a free space, and n means a number of orbit, and h we consider that a Planck constant, another one we consider that a z divided by, suppose I will write n here. Why? Because n value and z value changes. Suppose if we consider that hydrogen, z value is 1. Suppose number of orbit 1, 2, 3. Okay, nth value. So this reason, E we consider that charge on electron. So charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and epsilon naught 8.85 Coulomb square per Newton meter square, and h 6.63 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. Okay, 6.63 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. So this one is a Planck constant. Suppose if you add this constant value in this equation, it means Vn is equal to 2.2 into 10 power 6 into z divided by n meter per second. It means velocity Vn is equal to 2.2 into 10 power 6 Zn meter per second square. Okay, so this reason here we consider that ratios of velocities. So ratios of velocity V1 is to V2 is to V3 is equal to 1 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3. Why? Because so V is inversely proportional to the n. Velocity of electron is inversely proportional to the number of orbits. Okay, next we want to calculate a radius of nth Bohr orbital of a hydrogen atom using Bohr's postulates. Okay, so here suppose so this one is a nucleus and electron revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit and its velocity v, and a radius we consider that r, and charge on nuclei, so this one is a Ze. Okay, so this one is a basic concept. Okay, so here we want to calculate a radius of a nth orbital by using Bohr's postulates. Okay, so this electron revolving around the nucleus, it means it's a required centripetal force. So this centripetal force provided by the electrostatic force. So this reason the centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. Centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. So centripetal force m v square divided by r is equal to, so electrostatic force, so that's one is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. So q1 here we consider that is Ze, and q2, so that's one is E divided by r square. Okay, r square and r get cancelled, so this reason m v square into r is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z E square. Yes, so this reason I will write here Z E square. Okay, m v square r is equal to Z E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, so this one is equation 1. And next we consider that Bohr's quantization is, so Bohr's quantization, it means angular momentum of electron is integral multiple of nh by 2 pi. Is in angular momentum, it means we consider that mvr is equal to nh divided by 2 pi. Okay, and here so squaring this equation, both sides squaring this equation, so squaring this equation, so squaring this equation means m square v square r square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square. So this one equation we consider that 2 is m square v square r square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square. So here equation 1, m v square r is equal to Z square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this reason dividing equation 2 by 1. Why? Because so here r and r square and r get cancelled, it means we get the r value. So that's way here dividing equation 2 by 1, equation 2 divided by 1. Okay, equation 2, m square v square r square divided by equation 1, m v square into r is equal to equation 2 n square h square divided by 4 pi square into, it means divided by equation 1, it means 4 pi epsilon naught divided by Z E square. Yes. So m square m cancel, v square cancel, r square and r cancel, and here 4 pi square pi. Okay, so finally here we consider that r is nothing but a nth orbital, radius of nth orbital is equal to n square h square epsilon naught divided by, so here pi is there, yes, it means z e square into pi, it means n square h square epsilon naught pi n square h square epsilon naught divided by pi m z square, pi m z e square. Yes, so here m is there, take in this side. Okay, n square h square epsilon naught z e square pi into m. Okay, so this one we consider that a radius of a nth orbital. Yes, otherwise I will write like that, Rn is equal to h square, so constant value epsilon naught, so this is also constant, and e square, it means m mass of electron, and here we consider that pi and e square, so this is also constant. So here, so continuously changes number of orbit and atomic number z value. Okay, h means Planck constant, epsilon naught means permittivity of a free space, and m is mass of electron, and pi 3.142, and e, so this one is a charge on electron. When you add these values, constant values, then here we get a 0.53 angstrom, 0.53 to 10 power minus 10 into n square divided by z. Otherwise Rn, nth radius of nth orbital 0.53 n square divided by z into 10 power minus 10, it means angstrom. So this one we consider that this formula is nothing but a radius of a nth orbital, or we can write radius of nth orbital is equal to, when you add, it means put constant values, Planck constant, permittivity of free space, mass of electron, and pi value and charge on electron, then we will get a 0.53 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, so this reason, so radius of nth orbital 0.53 n square divided by z angstrom. Okay, so here, so this radius of nth orbital, it means radius is directly proportional to the n square. So this reason, here we consider that ratios of radius, it means r directly proportional to n square, it means r1 is to r2 is to r3. Its value we consider that 1 square to 2 square into 3 square. It means r1 is to r2 is to r3 is equal to 1 is to 4 is to 9. 1 is to 4 is to 9. So this one is a radius of a nth orbital.